Let's jump over to something that I believe Burke brought up at the beginning of the stream, and that is Bethesda getting sued because Fallout 4's all-inclusive season pass did not include everything.
Oh, are we surprised?
It's time once again to shit on Bethesda.
Yeah.
We need the disco that Jim Sterling has for that. Thank you, Bethesda, once again for proving that no matter how low we think the gaming industry can go, you guys find a new way to drop the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah. This is your favorite game by your once favorite developer. Do you want to talk about how much you hate this?
Well, yeah. So the whole point is, scroll up a little bit so you can see the second paragraph. Yeah. So the whole point is,
almost knocked my water
Fallout
over.
4 released it. The game day one. They released the game with also a season pass.
Yeah.
Okay. Buy the season pass with the game on day one, and you'll get automatically access to all the DLC. Blah blah blah. This, that, and the other. You get everything. Okay. Then the next year they increased the price, and then the following year, they launched something they call the Creation Club that negated
all of it.
The season pass.
All of it. Because
they stopped releasing DLC as DLC and just started putting everything on the Creation Club, which you had to pay for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
It's just a very scummy thing. And, to kind of wrap up this delicious story about Bethesda once again being derpwads, they did the same thing with the Creation Club for Skyrim. And now, if you get the Ultimate Final Epic Super Edition, that's going to come out for the PlayStation 5 and I think the PC at some point. I don't know anymore because I'm happy with what I have. But you get the Creation Club content as part of that price. So thank you once again, Bethesda, for proving that no matter how low we think the game industry can go, you guys find a way to prove us wrong.
Yeah, they're continually winning the race to the bottom.
I mean... And, we're not even going to talk about the Fallout 76 fiasco. That's beyond the scope of this conversation, but, screw them.
But what's interesting about this particular lawsuit is the damages that are being asked.
This is true.
I don't think I've ever seen a suit that started out with damages in the multiple billions of dollars.
Does it have it on the article where the actual amount is?
They just say multi-billions. They don't a lot of money. Actually say the amount.
Multi-billion dollars in damages. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure they're going to get multiple billions, though. Well, probably when it goes into arbitration in December, that they're not going to, it's going to be talked down.
Right.
But to start off with multi-billions of dollars in damage, that grabbed my attention.
That is actually a butt ton of money and a lot of anger from players. I do love reading this. This paragraph right here caught my eye. The lawsuit charges Bethesda with a bunch of behaviors, including breach of contract, which would be the contract of purchasing the DLC, the unjust enrichment. I love that one. Deceit or fraud. Fraudulent concealment. Now there's a 4-letter word. And negligent misrepresentation. Ooh, that one's worth at least 75 cents, among other things. In other words, we're just pissed at him. We're going to throw these words at you. But this is all actual, terrible. This is actually this is bad stuff, okay? Breach of contract is bad in general. Unjust enrichment, I've never heard of that before.
Yes, I have.
Okay, what does that mean?
Yes, it means that you're profiting off of something you shouldn't be profiting on.
Oh, that's
it's
bad.
Unjust.
We all know what deceit and fraud is. Fraudulent concealment means...
Fraudulent concealment.
That means basically they lied.
Yeah.
They lied.
And negligent misrepresentation means that they...
lied about what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all of these are actual counts.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how many counts that they have of breach of contract and unjust enrichment, but the fact that they put all that in there, they're going for blood.
They are.
This lawsuit... It has a lot of teeth to it.
Yeah.
And Bethesda is going to get summarily judged against on some of these. It's just going to happen.
It's going to happen. And like Teal said, it's going to go to arbitration because that's what happens with these class action lawsuits. And when it does, it may not be multi-billions in damage, but it's still going to be something. Now, question to everyone in chat and to my wife, because I don't remember. Was this the one that started as just give us what we paid for, or was that the Fallout 76 one? One of these two was just give us what we paid for. Do you remember? Does anyone remember?
You know, I'm gonna go with that was Fallout 76.
Okay, because you were not a part of this class action lawsuit or anything.
Well, no, I haven't gotten any emails about it, so
yeah. Well, that's because you didn't actually purchase the season pass. You got the PlayStation 4 version.
Yeah.
Was your original version. That's we actually pre-purchased it. That's the one that came with the Pip-Boy.
Yeah.
And you got your Pip-Boy and you were happy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't buy season passes.
Yeah. No,
usually.
You don't.
Oh yeah, and the canvas bag too.
The canvas bag for Fallout 76. Yeah.
So you
maybe
know,
that was
in
what
answer
it was.
to your question,
It was
most
probably
of us
that
don't
one.
remember.
It was
all
probably
kind of bleeds together.
It was probably Fallout 76. Give us the right canvas bag.
Yeah.
It might have been that, but But basically, the lawsuit was just give us what you promised, and this just shows right here, multi-billion dollars in damages.
That grabs your attention.
Yeah, and this means that if you don't fix the problem, if you don't fix the problem, if you continue to let it fester, it's going to grow well beyond your control. You know, Bethesda could have probably stopped this at the very, very beginning by just not doing what it did or trying to fix it with good PR and free stuff, lots of free stuff.
Lots of free stuff.
But they didn't. Instead, they just dug in their heels. They made a lot of excuses. And then the next thing you know, this.
Yeah, that.
So, yeah, I guess what we can learn from this is don't do like Bethesda does. In fact, don't do anything like Bethesda does.
They just, they're going to lose, and it's going to be, they're going to lose some of this.
Yeah, they are.
They're going to lose some of this, and they're going to end up paying a lot more money than they want to pay.
Yeah.
And it's going to be, and they're going to be held up as an example to the rest of the industry. Don't do this, or we will come down on you.
And this is a company that has already got mud on its face because of Fallout 76, and is putting a lot of hope into Starfield being something that's going to dig it out of its hole. The problem, of course, being between this lawsuit, re-releasing Skyrim 100 billion times, and the debacle with Fallout 76, is that if everyone's going to be looking at Starfield with pretty much, well, can you deliver, guys, or is it just more of the same bullshit? And unfortunately, I think it's going to be.
I don't think Starfield has mass appeal.
More of the same bullshit.
There, I just said that.
Yeah. I agree.
But there's a point that this article brings up, and that's also something to watch.
Go ahead.
ZeniMax.
Yeah, ZeniMax,
which
the holding
owns
company.
Bethesda,
Yeah.
is now owned by Microsoft.
Right.
So now we're wondering who is actually going to be sued. Who is actually going to be the one to pay?
Because Microsoft paid $7.5 billion for ZeniMax.
They did. Now, is Microsoft going to be the one to pay the lawsuit because they bought ZeniMax?
Right.
Or does their contract with the agreement that they signed, does that include any current or future lawsuits?
Because that'll be very interesting.
Because if it doesn't,
well, that'll be very interesting if Microsoft inherits the lawsuit and Microsoft's lawyers, Microsoft's attorneys, have to at that point carry this. Because you know, if I was Microsoft personally, well, I'd be extremely wealthy. But if I was Microsoft, I would be dumping this back on ZeniMax or Bethesda's head and saying, "Okay, guys, you're gonna have to settle this one on your own." Yeah. We got people.
And it's gonna be a legal nightmare.
Yeah, it's gonna be a legal nightmare.
There's gonna be a lot of lawyers involved in this because Microsoft, of course, is not going to want to be on the hook for this that happened before they bought ZeniMax.
Yeah. You know.
So this is going to get interesting.
Probably the best line in the entire article. And if you take anything away from this, guys, right here, Bethesda should be more careful with its promises. So, for you developers listening, when you make a promise, keep it.
Yeah.
Keep it. You know, do it. Just deliver. What you say you're going to deliver to your players, deliver it to them.
Sure.
Don't ask, and again, don't ask for more than your game's worth. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, we're talking about being smart and ethical developers here.
Yeah, just don't be a scumbag. We can just make that like the model for Studio Blue's game.
Don't be a scumbag.
Don't be a scumbag.